reshaping the world. Don't look for love like a beggar at rusty doors, but create it like a spring bursting from the rocks of your soul. True friendship is like the sun, its strength does not appear in its brightness, but in the fact that it refuses to disappear even when surrounded. As for enemies, keep them close to you. They are mirrors that show you the wounds that friends hide behind their smiles. Days are nothing but mirrors that echo your actions back to you. Be careful what you throw into its whirlpool. Habits here are not shackles, but hidden wings that carry you towards a destiny that you shape with daily threads. The wise do not swim against the current, but build boats of silence that sail them to the shores of truth. Did you know that a smile is capable of exploding mountains of ice in hearts? And that the down walls that were built centuries ago? Time is a magic currency. The more you spend it on those who light up your darkness, the more it returns to you in golden tones. Money is a universal language that reveals what lies behind people's masks. Some turn into monsters when it rings, others discover that they are angels who forgot their wings. As for love, ownership is an illusion. You don't own a flower, you are its temporary gardener. The body may be imprisoned within old spaceships from its imagination. Great battles are not fought with swords, but with hearts that refuse to have their colors stolen. When fate closes a door, don't stand there knocking like an orphan. Maybe it's preparing a ruby door for you. Death is not the end, but rather the moment when the heart stops learning life's lessons. But true death is to live bound by the illusions of the past, while the present calls to you like a mad lover. A river doesn't argue with the rocks in its path, but rather dances of sand. The ocean isn't afraid of storms, because it knows that violent waves are just sighs that will die on its shore. And you, be no less wise than water, for life is not a battle to be won, but a dance to adapt. When the autumn leaves fall, don't cry for the bare trees. Spring hides in the heart of every broken stem. In the sea of darkness, but it returns as a queen with a more glorious style. And you. Whenever you feel that the world is ending your chapter, know that you are about to discover that you are a story written not with lines, but with explosions of light. Money is neither the devil nor a god, it's a mirror. It reflects hidden kingdoms in souls, greed wearing crowns, generosity blooming in ruins. Wealth is not measured by coins, but by the chains you've broken, for yourself. But remember, gold is a poor master, but a skilled servant. The rich dance with scarcity, hearing the music in empty pockets. People are forests, each with its own seasons, storms, and creatures that lurk deep within. Trust is a bridge built plank by plank, and betrayal is an ant eating the wheel. To walk in this wilderness, wear your kindness as armor, but make your boundaries iron gates. Not everyone deserves your symphony. Toughness isn't a flaw in life, it's a chisel. Every loss, rejection, or scar is the universe asking you, how much light can you carve out of this darkness? Some souls, but comfort. A lullaby can drown ambition. Embrace the whetstone, diamonds are just coals that refuse to yield to pressure. When the night howls, be the wolf that howls back, but in a tune only the stars understand. You don't have to light a fire within yourself to warm others. But if you choose to, let it light a legacy. Seek solitude not as an escape, but as a haven where the soul can mend its tattered sail. The higher you ascend, the steeper the path. But he who reaches the stars fears no darkness. The full palm tree bows down with dignity, while the empty reed proudly raises its head. Life is a garment whose threads are woven from your actions. Don't make it a cloak for forgetfulness. The past is a passing cloud. Don't build a palace for it in the sky of your present. The seed does not roots see what the eyes do not see. Patience is not waiting, but planting certainty, everything comes when you deserve it. Time is not gold. Gold wears out, but time remains a witness to what you have done. Don't live to count the days, but to write letters that will remain even after you are gone. The key to the heart lies in two hands, the second when you have everything. Noise breeds failure. Close your ears and listen to the sound of your silence. He who knows himself does not fear solitude. Solitude is a school that teaches you to be a mountain. Wounds are not an enemy. They are a book that teaches you the art of reading the map of the soul. Treat yourself like a child you care for. You are the person most deserving of your mercy. Whoever does not defend their dignity becomes. Failure is not a wound, but a plaster that mends life's cracks. Learn to reject defeat before you reject the lesson. Always remember, wisdom is not words recited, but fires you ignite in the hearts of those who come after you. You will meet hearts disguised as allies. Trust, once broken, reflects only shards. But even broken glass can wound the hands of deceit. Not all smiles are gifts. Read the eyes, not the lips. The truth often whispers where lies scream. People will engrave their judgments on your skin. Pride is a crown too heavy for men. Wear humility, it is the only armor that will not rust. When solitude surrounds you, do not self is reborn. Embrace it before the world steals your silence. Forgiveness isn't surrendering to those who have wronged you, it's the key to freeing your heart from their prison. Life is a sword. It will cut you, carve you, leave you naked. But in its cruelty is its gift, it carves you into something sacred. Stand tall. Even in ruin. Are you ready to discover life-changing wisdom about overcoming adversity, poverty, and the wisdom of our ancestors? We explore powerful insights passed down through generations, lessons that will not only inspire you, but will reshape your outlook on life's most difficult moments. Let these timeless words guide you. Don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments, and if these lessons resonate with you, hit the like button and subscribe for more inspiring content. Let's learn and grow together. In times of hardship, a kind word or helping hand can be more valuable than gold. Do not fear poverty, fear the poverty of dreams and the hunger of an idle mind. Adversity sharpens the mind and steels the heart, it prepares you for victories yet to come. A man who rises from poverty carries the wisdom of 100 struggles in his soul. When adversity blocks your path, remember, mountains were made for climbing, not for stopping. A rich man with no compassion is poorer than a beggar who shares his last crust. Poverty may empty your pockets, but only you can allow it to empty your spirit. The roots are neglected. If you want to keep a woman's heart, let your actions speak louder than your promises. A woman's love is never lost, it either grows with you or blossoms somewhere else. Adversity may knock you down, but it's in the getting back up that you find your strength. Don't measure your worth by the possessions or value comes from the person you are becoming. A person envious is a prisoner of their own mind. Freedom comes when you embrace your own path. The darkest clouds may seem heavy, but remember, they always part to reveal the sun shining once again. Adversity doesn't last forever, but the lessons it teaches can last a lifetime. Envy is the enemy of peace. When you stop looking at what others have, you'll start appreciating what you've been given. The path through adversity may be rough, but the view from the other side is always worth the journey. Let go of envy, for it is the thief of happiness. Find joy in the journey you are on, not in the race you think you're losing. Adversity doesn't break you, more resilient, and ready for the next chapter of life. Don't let envy blind you to the blessings in your own life. The world is abundant, there's enough for everyone. Envy only steals the joy you could be creating for yourself. Focus on your own journey, and you'll find your own path to success. Adversity doesn't define you, it refines you. It's the trials of life that shape the person you're meant to be. When you compare yourself to others, you only see their success, but you miss the struggles they overcame to get there. Envy is like a heavy chariot, the harder it becomes to walk your own path. In times of adversity, don't focus on the difficulty, focus on the strength you're gaining in the process. The fire of adversity may burn, but it also tempers the steel of your character. Envy may cloud your vision, but gratitude will always clear the way to your own blessings. When life feels heavy, remember that every stone you carry will be one you stand on tomorrow. The beauty of life is not in the absence of adversity, but in how we rise from it. Envy poisons the soul, but kindness to others is the antidote that. Love is the language every woman speaks fluently, and it is written in her kindness, her sacrifices, and her smile. The beauty of a woman is not in her appearance, but in her ability to love deeply, even if it is difficult. A woman who loves gives not only her heart, but her time, her hope, and her faith. Love that lifts a woman's spirits is love worth keeping, anything less is a lesson. The road to success is not paved in gold, but in the sweat. Patience is not about waiting, it's about how you act while you wait. In the quiet moments of life, we find the loudest answers. What you plant today in your heart will bloom tomorrow. Courage is not the absence of fear, it is the willingness to act despite it. No storm, no matter how fierce, can last forever. True wealth is not found in possessions, but in the peace you carry in your heart. A wise man does not seek to be understood, he seeks to understand. In times of hardship, remember, the darkest clouds bring the most beautiful rainbows. The strength of a tree is not in how tall it grows, but in how deeply its roots reach the earth. Your words can either build a bridge or create a wall, choose them wisely. A person who has learned to laugh at life will always have reason to smile. Never measure the value of your life by what you have, but by the love you give. The only time to look down on someone is when you're offering them a hand to help them up. Dreams may be slow to come, but they are always. Sometimes the answers you seek are in the questions you ask yourself. True freedom comes not from what you escape, but from what you embrace. Each step you take is a step toward who you are meant to be. When you're facing a mountain, remember, it's not the mountain you have to conquer. The true measure of a man is how he handles what life throws at him, not what he's given. You don't have to change the world to make a difference, sometimes, changing yourself is enough. A heart that is grateful will always find joy, no matter the circumstance. It's not the years in your life that count, but the life in your years. Life's true riches are the moments we share and the memories we make. The key to happiness is not in what we gain, but in what we give. A quiet soul is not a weak soul, but one that has learned the power of peace. The best way to create it with your own hands. The greatest journeys start with a single step, but they are made long by those who never stop walking. To grow, you must first learn to let go of what weighs you down. You can never outrun your fears, but you can face them with courage and overcome them. Wisdom isn't found in answers, it's found in the questions we ask along the way. The greatest gift you can give yourself is the belief that you are enough, just as you are. A life well lived is not one without struggles, but one where you find strength in the struggle. When the world is quiet, listen closely, it's telling you something important. Don't rush through life, sometimes, the most beautiful things happen. A wise heart is one that knows when to listen, not just to others, but to itself. Every challenge you face is an opportunity to grow, how you face it determines who you become. Don't let the weight of your past hold you back from the freedom of your future. The most beautiful gardens grow from the seeds of hard work and patience. When you face the storms of life, remember, the sun always returns after the rain. The greatest treasure in life is the love and kindness we share with others. Your greatest victories are not measured by obstacles you overcome. Sometimes, the greatest strength is knowing when to let go and move on. In the silence of the night, your heart speaks its truths, listen closely. Your life is like a book, the chapters may be difficult, but they all lead to a meaningful story. Patience is not the ability to wait, but the ability to remain calm while you wait. A person's character is not defined by their circumstances, but by how they respond to them. True courage is not the absence of fear, but the ability to face it head-on. In the quiet moments, you find the answers you've been searching for all along, guiding you through the difficult and the unknown. Sometimes, you need to step back to see how far you've come. Every day is a new chance to learn, grow, and become the person you're meant to be. Life is a collection of moments, each one a lesson in disguise. You are never truly lost, sometimes, you just need to find a new path. True peace comes when you stop searching for it outside of yourself. The best things in life often come when you least expect them, be open to receiving them. You may not always control your circumstances, but you can always control your attitude. A kind word can change the course of someone's day, and perhaps even their life. The mark of a truly wise person is the ability to see the good in others, even when they cannot see it themselves. The burden of anger and allow your heart to heal. Success is not measured by what you have, but by who you become in the process. And by what others say, but by the strength within you to pursue them. Life's challenges are like a furnace, they refine and strengthen us, shaping us into something greater. Sometimes the most important thing you can do is simply keep going, even when you can't see the end. A generous heart creates a ripple effect that spreads far beyond what you can see. Do not fear change, embrace it, for it is the only true constant in life. The strength to stand up comes not from what you know, but from the courage to learn. There is no failure, only lessons to be learned and wisdom to be gained. True friends are those who walk with you during the storm, and stay when the clouds clear. You can't control the winds, but you can always adjust your sails. A man's greatest strength is to love a woman, and his greatest weakness is his inability to see it. Thank you for joining us on this journey of wisdom and resilience. Remember, every challenge is an opportunity to grow, and the lessons of the past can illuminate our path forward. If these insights spoke to you, don't forget to like, comment, and share your favorite takeaway. Subscribe for more timeless advice and inspiring stories. Let's continue strength and until next time, stay inspired and keep moving forward. These are not just passing words, but rather the essence of profound human experiences, lessons learned from life's struggles and triumphs. Greatest madness of humanity: to shine the mirrors of others. Wouters. Revenge snake swallows its tail. Defeat is the furnace in which wisdom touched. Victory is a passing mirage. To scar yesterday is to drown in a cup. To fear tomorrow is to chase the wind. Peace is the art of staying still while the universe spins. Every mountain begins with a turbulent joy on our faces as two examples in a play that no one has chosen. The thirsty gasps for the ocean. The wounded man is looking for a drop. Ideas are the architect of destiny, sun carefully. Carry knowledge like a torch in a storm, for certainty is the first lie. To judge the other is to confess your secrets. Ball is a prison. Trust is the key thrown into the abyss. He bowed like bamboo in a storm. Show weakness when you are rooted. Hardness when broken. Sweet tongue's poison. The most dangerous cheese. To know that the bridge must burn and cling to its fragments. Every sunset is a disguised dawn. Chasing two truths, blindness is your destiny. True wealth is silence between heartbeats. You drive not with a crown but with footprints. Even granite crumbles, no immune spirit. But in our cracks, the flower of mercy blooms. Chaos. To control, you must first bend into the dirt. Tame the anger, it is a fire that eats its guard. Know your enemy as you know your shadow, his shape, his hunger. If your light overwhelms everyone, wander into the depths of darkness. Opportunities are like fireflies, hold one, and others rush. Desire is an anchor, release it, and sail into the void. Every joke is a tear that was not shed. Take off the mask of, I, to embrace, I may be. Cathedrals are built grain by grain. Wars lose before they draw swords. Truth is not dressed, lies are adorned with gold. The greatest battles are fought motionless. Do not live as an echo, but as a note that has not sung. The words were once alive, revive them with your breath. Trust the self you haven't met yet. Flow like smoke, shapeless, but you reshape everything. Reason sculpts matter, thought shifts the axis of worlds. Greatness is a mosaic of forgotten whispers, edge of a blade between chaos and order. Guard the child within you, amazed by your compass. Wisdom is a river. Silence is the anthem of the universe. To triumph without conflict is to dance with the wind. Nature writes its epic with patient strokes. Treat strangers as mirrors for your hidden face. Justice is delayed, but it arrives as a tide. Image to the edge of a cliff. The past is a map written in ashes. Knowledge is a maze, thread practice. Break the chains of habit before it rusts. The wise speak in riddles, fools with cries. Beware of those with empty hands, they have nothing to lose. The work stemming from passion is prayer. Build life ships in tranquility. Words without end are bridges to nothingness. Life is simplicity disguised as complexity. Dance with change, fix your eyes on the unborn moment. The enemy is too polished mirror. To rule others is an effort, to govern yourself is a revolution. Change is the only hymn to the universe. Stop searching, and the path will find you. Move, even crawling moves the stars. Forgive, not because they deserve, but because you deserve peace. Wisdom scar where light enters. Hunt the truth even as it burns. Let anger cool to determination. Contentment is the art of giving up everything. The loss is a veil above the gain. Books are bridges to the unborn self. Either they grow or become a fossil heart of surrender. Disciplined impulsively. Focused knife trims the appendages. Trust the pulse under your skin. The unasked. Now, carve your name not in stone, but in moments. Start, not tomorrow, but in the soul you're holding right now. Freedom is a myth told by the undisciplined. Without a bridle, you are a chariot driver pulled by wild horses, moods, appetites, and the winds of fickle emotions. Watch how palms open when one is denied their desire. Character reveals itself not in feasting, but in famine. Solitary sculptor. It carves away fleeting friends, leaving only those who love the raw marble beneath your mask. Growth is the distance between the lie you swallow. The road of life has no traffic lights. Others will turn into your lane, break without warning, leave you spinning in their dust. I no longer carve mountains to fit my palm. Rivers carve their paths, so do I. Change yourself, or change your soil, or watch your roots choke in stagnant ground. When promises melt into the air, walk. Words are featherless in a hurricane. Let calcify into silence isn't cruelty. It's surgery. Cutting away the rot to keep the body intact. Start everything as if loss is inevitable. Creation is a dance with chaos, sometimes you lead, sometimes you stumble. But the music? It never dies. Breathe. No matter how dark the ink of the day, dawn writes in the language of light. Not now, maybe. Not tomorrow. But someday is the oldest promise of the universe. The longing for a ghost, not a compass. Your longing for a face doesn't mean you need its breath in your lungs again. Grief is also a kind of harvest. What falls from your grasp makes room for new fruit. You are not others. Their storms may batter your shores, but your sky remains yours to paint. Love is not traded like coins in the palm of a beggar. The mind carves worlds from the clay of perception. What the thought carves becomes the statue it inhabits. Some souls wander through life like sleepwalkers, their eyelids stitched to their shadows. Don't waste your breath trying to wake them, a closed mirror reflects nothing. Courage, then, is not the absence of doubt, but the audacity to choose amidst doubt, to realize that mistakes are not falls, being. Surrender to pain, and you live in its shadow, analyze it, and its poison becomes a beacon. Even solitude, that mirror of the soul, is not isolation but an invitation, a sanctuary where masks are removed, revealing the naked truth. In that unity, we meet a latent strength, the ability to exist without apology, flaws and passion intertwined. Courage, then, is not the absence of doubt, but the audacity to realize that mistakes are not falls, but cracks through which understanding flows. A single mistake, stained with the ink of contemplation, holds inertia, paralyzed by the specter of regret. Kindness, too, requires discernment. To offer boundless compassion is to risk becoming a feast for the hungry, a currency devalued by those who confuse compassion with naivety. Every emotion carries a price. To share joy or sorrow with another is to stake a part of your soul. Life is a chaotic canvas of coincidences and reactions. Your response to its chaos is the brushstroke that paints the canvas. Surrender to pain, and you live in its shadow, analyze it, and its poison becomes a beacon. Even solitude, that mirror of the soul, is not isolation but an invitation, a sanctuary where masks are removed, revealing the naked truth. In that solitude, we encounter a latent power, the ability to exist without apology, flaws and passion intertwined. Humility is to bow down even when you are crowned with victory. Time, that deceptive magician, neither heals nor destroys. Only in the quiet act of abandonment, the liberation of ghosts, do we reveal the face of eternity. Your mind is a besieged kingdom. Either rule its chaos, or be devoured by its shadows. Silence, where the noise of hungry eyes does not devour your light. No map, no prophet, no borrowed hands will chart your path of ascent. You are the sculptor and the marble, every chisel stroke echoes the question, do you sculpt, or are you sculpted? Spectre of a battle still raging. To cease striving is to extinguish the flame of existence until it turns to smoke. Walk alone if necessary, for truth often dwells where the trace does not extinguish. Surround yourself not with hollow echoes of reality, but with the builders of the possible. Those who shape tomorrow from the clay of vision, not the dust of rumor. Peace is the rarest of currencies, minted You cannot grasp the horizon while bound by the graves of memory. To surpass the peaks, you must descend into the abyss, breath by breath, until the abyss becomes a mirror. Life is a mountain climb, leave behind those who weigh you down in the valleys. Some doors only open when others are closed. Revenge is the poison of the wounded, forgiveness is the salve of the strong, but the wise turns away. They understand, to move forward is to let the storm wear itself out on your back. Mastery is not perfection, it is the refusal to kneel. Let the mountain test you, its rocks are the whetstone for wings. Protect your fire. Some souls are light thieves, others are fuel. Like a dying star, compressed to a nucleus of trust. Do it. Now glass bleeds even as you hesitate. True wealth lies not in vaults of gold, but in the sovereignty of a liberated mind and a free spirit. Expectation is the architect of disappointment. Walk naked of hope, and fate will not flay you. Trust in the alchemy of effort, what is sown with sweat may bloom in unseen seasons. The world wears no mask of justice, but it shines nonetheless. Courage, raw and untamed, is the needle that sews the fabric of destiny. The past is an anchor, the future is an empty drawer. Spend your days like coins from an irreplaceable purse. The wind owes you nothing, change sail or drift. The stone succumbs not to the river's fury, but to its endurance. The journey of pimply feet. And when the rain comes, only those who dare to raise their eyes will see the rainbow of colors, a bridge of hope drawn in the wake of the storm. The walls of your prison are your own making. Free what was never a burden to you. We don't drown in reality, but in the rivers that weave their threads. When the final hour melts away, you won't count the years, but the moments, the battles you fought, the dreams that engraved your fingerprints on the universe, the silences that taught you the language of the stars. To be is to become. Everything else is marginal. What if I told you, you and your dreams, is you? Right now, in this very moment, you hold the power to achieve anything. But the question is, are you ready to fight for it? Are you ready to endure the pain, silence the doubt, and rise stronger after every failure? Let me tell you this, success is never easy, but it is always worth the fight. Your mind is the most powerful tool you own. If you believe you can, you will. But if you whisper, I can't, you've already lost. Think of every legend in history. They didn't start with a perfect plan, they started with belief. They believed in themselves when no one else did. They saw opportunities where others saw obstacles. They refused to let fear write their future. So ask yourself, what do you feed your mind? Doubt, or determination? Because the second you decide you will win, nothing, and no one, can stop you. Fear will whisper in your ear, play it safe. Give up when it gets hard. But fear is a fraud. Every failure, every setback, every no, it's not a dead end. It's a lesson. The most successful people on earth have failed more times than you've tried. But here's their secret, they never quit. They kept going when every cell in their body screamed stop. So when you fall, and you will fall, don't stay down. Get up. Learn. Adapt. Keep moving. Every time you rise, you grow stronger. And one day, you'll look back and realize every scar you into greatness. You could have all the talent in the world, but without hard work, it's worthless. Success is earned, not given. How badly do you want it? Are you ready to wake up early? Burn the midnight oil. Trade comfort for growth. Because dreams don't work unless you do. Here's the truth, motivation fades. Some days, you won't feel like showing up. That's where discipline takes over. Discipline means doing what you must, even when you don't want to. No excuses. Just action. Because every small step, every tiny effort, compounds. And before you know it, you'll become unstoppable. The road will be long. Obstacles will block your path. People will doubt you. But the only doubt that matters is yours. You must persist, possible, when the weight crushes you, when you're exhausted and ready to quit, that's when you dig deeper. That's where heroes are made. Your dream is worth it. Your future is worth it. And the only way to fail, is to surrender. So keep going. Step by step. Battle by battle. Those who refuse to stay down. The choice is yours. Will you settle for a life of what ifs, or will you rise? Will you break the chains holding you back? Will you chase your dreams like your life depends on it? Because here's the truth, you're stronger than you think. More capable than you know. And if you have the courage to fight, to believe in yourself even when the world doesn't, there is nothing you cannot achieve. Go now. Be bold. Click the subscribe button, click the like button, and leave a comment sharing how the world is waiting for the fire inside you to explode. What will you do next? Change begins with a stone you throw into a pond of monotony. The waves you create may change the shape of the entire shore. Don't be afraid to fall, because the ground you touch may be the first seed of a tree that will reach the stars. Overthinking is a monster that eats the roots of joy, while a calm mind is a volcano that hides lava capable of reshaping the world. Don't look for love like a beggar at rusty doors, but create it like a spring. True friendship is like the sun. Its strength does not appear in its brightness, but in the fact that it refuses to disappear even when surrounded by clouds. As for enemies, they are mirrors that show you the wounds that friends hide behind their smiles. Days are nothing but mirrors that echo your actions back to you. Be careful what you throw into its whirlpool. Habits here are not shackles, but hidden wings that carry you towards a destiny that you shape with daily threads. The wise do not swim against the current, but build boats of silence that sail them to the shores of truth. Know that a smile is capable of exploding mountains of ice in hearts. And that the silence of the wise can bring down walls that were built centuries ago. Time is a magic currency. The more you spend it on those who light up your darkness, the more it returns to you in golden tones. Money is a universal language that reveals what lies behind people's masks. Some turn into monsters when it rings, others discover that they are angels who forgot their wings. As for love, ownership is an illusion. You don't own a flower, you are its temporary gardener. Be imprisoned within four walls, but the mind builds spaceships from its imagination. Great battles are not fought with swords, but with hearts that refuse to have their colors stolen. When fate